They got a little chicken there. We call this chicken. There you go. All right.
All right, well, hello. Hopefully everyone can see and hear me. My computer decided to turn off, so let me get that going again. But let's see, I think you can. So hopefully, my name's Matt. This is the Grafted Branch Urban Homestead. Right now I'm in the Quail Shack, so I guess it's Quail Shack Chat with Matt. But thank you for coming back. If you guys have been here before, if you were with me in Verna's stream this morning and spent a couple hours there, thank you for being devoted to spending a couple hours with me today. And so we're going to get this going. Hopefully this will load up. I can't see your comments right now, but we're going to get this going tonight. Tonight's stream should take about an hour long. I have a couple things planned and a couple things I'd like to show. Let me see here if I can get it open. Bear with me for a moment. My computer decided to turn off. So. Let's see if I can get in here. That's all right. We'll give it a minute to start too. And get a few people in here. See, we might get a couple of angles on it. There we go. Okay, can you see me? Can you hear me? Matt has some video production tricks going on. All right, 5x5 cool in the quail shack. Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. It looks like Jay Mary's been here for a little bit, so thanks for the dedication there. We also got Steve in here, Buster, Spice of Life. You made it. Yes, you did at the beginning. So a couple people in here. PJ was heading out. Thank you for your support, though, if you're watching in replay. And anyone else that watches replay, too. I know quite a few people do. You guys, I muchly appreciate you there just as much. And so who else? Kelly was here. She sent me something. Awesome. Thank you. Your husband's sick. Oh, no. Well, I hope he feels better. And Spice is reminding everyone, hit the thumbs up if you have not yet. That would be awesome. Hey, Mr. Landfill. And we got Eco Family Farm. Awesome. So I'm assuming Christina is in here. Hello. Farm animal. So yeah, I'm out here with my quail. It's not too cold here, and so I think it's about 40 degrees right now in New Mexico. If you guys would like to see your weather where you're at, you can always type in weather and the zip code, and Nightbot will drop that. If you have a channel and want to drop your link, type in GBH as in Grafted Branch Homestead in all caps, and that should drop your channel link. Hey, Brooke, good to see you. So tonight's stream should take about an hour, not too long. And so we're going to get to it. I hope you guys enjoyed that opening video there a little bit. I thought it was fun. Let's see. So I guess we're going to go ahead and kind of start right away. Tonight, we're going to be doing a DIY seed start mix. This is one I do every year. It works really well for me, but it's appropriate time of year to be doing that. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to be showing some seeds, planting some seeds. I have some bunker chat where we will be looking at a can of canned raw pack ground beef from 1.5 years ago, and we tried that out. So we're looking at that, reviewing the deodorant made, and a couple other things. Not a whole lot, but right now, if you can hear me, Casey, and you guys are watching, go ahead and go hit play on that video there. And so we have a short little video here. We'll see. So there's a little bit of lag in there, but he's going to play. We have a short little video. Me and Farmer Casey put together some of our seed start mix a little bit earlier. And so here we go.
Ready? Yeah, we're just going to do it right here. Okay. Ready? Don't show the boots. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is 3 parts of peat moss. So we're going to use this little container here. And since we're doing 3 parts, we're going to double up our little recipe. So we're going to do 6 of these containers of the peat moss. Okay? All right, so we'll just fill this up. And then dump that in the white bucket behind you. And we need 5 more of them. Next, we need half part of vermiculite. So that would have been a half cup or half of our container, but since we doubled it, it's going to be 1 of our containers. Yep, let's go ahead and add that. Okay, next, another half part Perlite. Hey, weren't there 2 eggs there? Where did that egg go? Solo, did you steal an egg? He can have it. It's okay. Go ahead and
break it for him.
Throw it out there. He'll go get it. No, the chickens might get it though. Let's just set it down for now, okay? Okay. Let's do this. All right, so next we want to add 1 tablespoon per part, so it's going to be two of those tablespoons of garden lime. It's all right. Okay, so now we need to mix it up. You gotta get your hands in and mix it.
Oh no.
That looks good. Okay, the next step is I have to boil water, and we'll add boiled water to hydrate it. The boiled water is important though, because that's the part that's going to sterilize it and kill off, you know, those little gnats sometimes that fly up out of the soil of the houseplants. You know, sometimes they get the little gnats.
Yeah.
Well, there are little eggs that can be in the soil in the peat moss. And so we pour the boiling water in to sterilize it. That way you don't get any of that. And so we'll boil water, hydrate it that way, and let it cool.
Hey, don't you say record me. Ooh, it smells good.
Awesome. Thank you, Casey, for playing that. So that was fun. Thank you. Hey, to everyone who has jumped in or I haven't said hi to. I don't know if I said hi to Buster, Mr. Landfill, and Aaron's in here, Ed's in here. Awesome. You guys rock. And so let's see. Not sure if I will make it through the whole live stream. Long day up and sleep. I know you haven't been feeling good. Visit from the fireman. Oh, no. Well, thank you for showing up. I do appreciate it. Hope everything goes good. And so Jay Mary was saying that he's in short sleeves. Yeah, people, that's why I've been trying to be kind of quiet. We've missed most of the polar vortex. It's gotten kind of cold, but that's about it. Hey, Renegade. Awesome. So yeah, so Farmer Casey there was showing us how to make my seed start mix that I use. Now this seed start mix is excellent for starting seeds, and it's also really good for indoor plants and things like that. So the proportions, or the recipe, if you will, is in the description. I'm going to go over it now a little bit more, and then inside as well. And so it's really simple. There's a few ingredients to it. This is one that you can buy. The ingredients make a whole lot of seed starter mix, and so it'll save you some money on having to buy bags if you're doing a lot of outdoor planning. It also has, you know exactly what's going into it, whereas some of the bag stuff, as to how good it is, that's kind of questionable. So there's a few things that are in it. Number one, the base of it is going to be, see if I can get the name right. So it's peat moss. It's sphagnum. I don't know how to say that, but it's peat moss. Now I think it's funny because I've made this seed start video for, this is the third time now, the third year. And so the first year when I did it, I happened to say the price that I paid for the peat moss. And then I watched the video from last year and I had mentioned the price of the peat moss. And then I know it this year. So it's kind of funny when I do that because I can look at inflation and how crazy that is. But in the first video, I bought this bag of peat moss. This is 3 cubic feet. And in the first one, it was $12.99. So, and then last year when I did the video, I was remarking on how much it had gone up in price. And then it was at $18.99. And so this year I bought this and it was $23.99. So now in the 2 years, it's gone up almost 100% in inflation. So buying things, having them on hand, making your own definitely helps out, save a few dollars. So the proportions are going to be so that you can scale it. So I do it by parts. And so what you're going to do is you want 3 parts of peat moss. So whatever container you're going to use, in this case, we used just one of these Tupperware containers. And so you're going to do 3 parts. So we did 3 parts of the peat moss, 3 of these. And in the recipe we did with Casey, we doubled that. In the single recipe, it's enough soil to fill one of those large little seed start containers, and you'll see that in a moment inside. A double that, it'll do at least 2 to 3. So you start with your 3 parts of peat moss. You then want to do half a part of vermiculite. And this is going to help with the soil compaction. It also helps to keep moisture in the soil, and loosen it up, keep moisture in it and around those roots, which you really want. So that's half a part or half a container. In the recipe, we did the full container, so we were doubling it. The next thing you want is some Perlite. Perlite is really good for aerating the soil, for kind of keeping it from being compact, and so you can get the nutrients to the plant roots. And that's half a portion as well. So we did a full one in the video, so we were doubling that. There's 2 other ingredients you want to add. Now, the peat moss sometimes can be kind of acidic for the seed starts or harsh on the roots. So in order to balance the pH out in that, I want to add a tablespoon of garden lime to each batch. So we did 2 tablespoons there with Farmer Casey. We were doubling it, but we do some garden lime. And these bags, now these were not quite as expensive. These other ingredients cost quite a bit less. I think this was like $6, and you get a lot of it. This bag will last you for several years if you're just using it for this. And then you're going to want a good all-natural fertilizer. A base one or a lower mixture is better. This is a 463. If you can get a 222 or something like that, that's good. The seeds themselves have everything they need in it to get going and to grow and start. Once they get their roots down and they're going to need sunlight, that's when they're really going to be looking for fertilizer. So this is just going to help boost that step in between the plant growing and when you fertilize it. So you don't need a lot. That's just 1 tablespoon again per portion. So we did 2 of them. This small little bag was about $7, and that would last quite a while. So you're going to want to take that, you mix it all together real good. And then the final step is a very important one. A lot of times with seed mixes, seed start mixes, or indoor plant soil that you buy from the store, even if you make it or bring it from indoors, you'll get little gnats or a lot of little bugs around. And a good way to kill that is to sterilize your soil. And they don't do this with a lot of the ones you buy quite efficiently. And that's really easy to do. So you're going to want to hydrate the soil anyways. And all you got to do is boil the water, boil a bunch of water and pour that in and hydrate it that way. It'll kill off any of the little bugs or eggs or anything. And then once that cools down, it's ready to use. So that is my yearly seed soil start. Oh no, yes, inflation is out of control. Stiff knees, bruised pride. Oh no. And so Ed is saying just some Klondike bars, same price, half the size. Yeah, so that's shrinkflation. There's that too. And Ed's saying some things. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be heading inside now, and we are going to move on to, let's see, let me read real quick. We're going to actually talk about plants a little bit, what we're going to be doing this year. We'll spend a few minutes on that and planting a few. Being that I'm out here in the quail shack right now, I am going to leave about 5 minutes so it gives some time for anyone wants to drop a comment or a question you have, maybe about my quail, about anything I have going on out here, or the animals. I can answer some of that. Let's see. There used to be a guiding guru on PBS years ago that said the jelly in baby diapers was really good for the bottom of potted plants because it helped them hold water. Okay. Huh. It'd be something to look into, definitely. Ed said he's stiff, yeah. So I have let's see, we got in the quail shack here. I actually was mistaken this morning, so I just counted them all, and I have 48 of them in here. And so the top cage of this 3-tier Winola Ranch cages, I have mixed quail. And so this is all kinds of different really pretty ones. They're a little bit older, so I'm not sure how fertile their eggs are. I do plan on collecting them and trying to get another batch and then culling these off. The middle cage here is 2 breeder sets of Jumbo Wild. And so these are so I can get the eggs to replenish the flock. The bottom is kind of my cull waiting cage right now. They're the ones that got beaten and battered, so they're all down there. I still get a lot of eggs, good eating eggs for them, but they're gonna be cold. Back here is my Celadon cage. And so inside I have 5 more baby Celadons that are about 4 weeks old. So they're getting ready to come out here. This is my favorite cage by far. Stays very clean and it's really easy to use. These birds are great. And then over here, you can't see too well, but let's see. And this one is all hens, and these are all just jumbo wilds, and these are hens, and this is selling eggs and eating eggs as well. And then right now we got my little solar system there is running everything in here. We got a real bright light and then some other lights. And let's see. We can't start our plants out for 2 months. Yeah. So we have a little bit of time, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment when we hop inside about what zone we are and what we're doing. And then I'd like to know about what everyone else does as well. Gidros is saying it's that about the average number of birds you keep at a given time. Yeah, about that. Usually it's actually a little bit more. These cages are a little shy. I could put another 6 in here. And probably if this one was, I don't normally have the bottom one collating. That's also other birds. And so this one could have another 6. I could probably get another dozen out in here. But yeah, I guess so at any given time. That's probably about what I have. No, it's not done for any really specific reason, I guess. Just to sell them that aren't fertilized. There's no real reason for it. We do sell the other ones too, quite a few of the other ones. These are just jumbo wilds. So I guess I don't have a good reason for that. I might need to reevaluate some of my cage setup in here. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and head inside. So everyone grab yourself a cup of tea or a quick snack. It's going to take me just a minute and I will be right back.
Hi.
You can say hi to everyone.
Hi.
I'm going to turn this down.
So our soil is actually right here, and we're going to plant some seeds tomorrow. Right, Dad?
Yep. So do you want to say we're not? Let everyone know about tomorrow that we won't be in.
So tomorrow we're not going to be doing the farmer Casey and Matt morning tea. So that's why I've been on a lot today, because I'm not going to be because we're not going to be on tomorrow. So yeah, that's just a reminder.
Yeah, so we're not going to do the live stream tomorrow. I know everyone's gotten a whole, hey, look at that, looks cool. Is that right next to each other?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we won't be doing it tomorrow. We're on here, so you want to say hi to everyone real quick, and then we'll have you hop off. Or you can hang out, too, if you want. You're welcome to. So Farmer Casey's here helping me. And I say, hi, Casey. 10% more hens only as opposed to hens and males. 10% more with hens only as opposed to hens and males. I'm not sure what we were saying. Oh, here, let's see. Your profit margin will average around 10% if you keep a hen only cage for eating eggs. You aren't feeding in any freeloading males.
Oh, okay.
So tomorrow we're going to take our cups and we're going to put our seeds in it, and our soil is right here, and we're gonna start planting them tomorrow. We'll see how that goes for the summer.
Yeah. So and then I'm going to plant a couple in a minute here. We're going to talk about that. You're welcome to be in here if you like. Let me see real quick. So does the breed tell you how good they are at laying? Some better than others, like chickens. I'm not really actually sure on that. I just know the jumbos are really good. All of the Myshire ones lay really well. The jumbos have the really big eggs, so those are nice. I'm not sure though if one breed is better or one type.
I will.
Yeah, Casey won't be doing breakfast in the morning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hop over here real quick, and I think I might keep both on, actually, and just use this mic because it's a little bit better. So let's see if I can turn that. And then can you see my head over here? Nope, let me adjust that a little bit.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
You want to tell them about our plan that we came up in the morning?
I don't know what's that for.
The playhouse.
Oh, no, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you're welcome to hang out. So we're going to talk a little bit about our seeds and our seed start. So I actually have the soil we made with Farmer Casey here ahead of time, and that's just because we were letting it cool down. Sorry, I'm adjusting everything. Make sure I get me in there.
When you're planting soil, it's always good to wear gloves.
Oh, and Steve's answering the question. Awesome. I like wearing the gloves. We're going to make a mess anyways. But anyways, let's see. We can see us? Okay. So we're here in New Mexico in the high desert. We are in between zone 7A and 7B. We're kind of in a little bit of a strange spot with how ours goes. So we have a growing schedule here that Spicy Mom got us together with. And so we're going to be starting fairly soon here. That's why we thought it was fitting to get our seed start soil right. And so actually the first real indoor seeds that we're going to get going for our main planting, hey Solo, don't do that, we'll start February 1st. And so in that we're going to be doing peppers, bell peppers, jalapenos, other hot peppers. We then wait a couple weeks and we're going to do eggplant and tomatoes. So that'll be around Valentine's Day. The end of February, tomatillos, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, all those will start in here. Then getting into March for us, middle of March to end of March, we're going to do okra, pumpkin, zucchini, cucumbers, cantaloupe, squash. All right. Again, and then outdoors here in the middle of March. So for us, our last freeze is about tax day.
Yeah.
So that's April 15th. But we do start some things outside anyways. Now, we didn't do as much of a fall garden. So we have a few onions, I think a couple garlic, but that's about all. Before we had done wheat, more garlic, onions.
Yeah.
So outdoors, we're going to start turnips, onions, beets, radishes, arugula, carrots, kale, lettuce, peas, and potatoes. So all that goes March 15th. March 22nd, spinach, collard greens. March 29th, Swiss chard. We got April 12th, celery and our herbs for a lot of our teas. That goes in. So that's right before that freeze. And then April 19th, green beans and a couple other things that got cut off on my page. Now we are starting some other things as well. We'll be doing a lot of other herbs and flowers and plants. We got a lot ordered today that are coming in. I've been showing seeds and we've been ordering seeds. We did get another order in, and this one was from Burpee, right? No, Baker's Creek. I'm sorry. So we got our Baker Creek seed order in, and we'll show that. And then I'm going to be planting some of our Celeste fig plants and our trifoliate citrus seeds tonight. Now is also the time for us to have started loofah inside. Christina from Guidro's Family Farm suggested that, I believe 2 weeks ago. And so a week ago, we're a little bit behind, and I actually can't find my loofah seeds right now. So they are in a huge bin of seeds.
So those will get done, but not today. So we could talk about a little bit of the seeds we did get. So we got some. Now I guess all these aren't. Some of these came from other places. We'll set those there.
These are probably my favorite.
But we got a big haul from Baker's Creek. So we ended up getting some St. Valerie carrots. We got French breakfast radish, Japanese wasabi radish, some giant Sicily radish. We like radish. Let's see, summer squash. Now this one was interesting that we're going to do the giant Prague celeriac. Not sure how to pronounce that one.
And
that's that one.
And also thank you to them because they gave us 2 packets of free seeds.
They gave us free seeds, yep. It's a different one. And so I'm just going to go through them quick here on these ones. We also got peppers. So we have Zapotec jalapenos. We got some free seeds there. This one is datil peppers. Zucchini squash. And this is a big one, so I'll go quick here. All right, there we go. California Wonder peppers, zucchini, Fort Arch squash. So we got tomato chocolate pear, tomato Ozark pink, tomatoes A. Grappoli di Invernino. We are doing some determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. We got our basil. That was with a different one. Arugula. All right, going through spinach, Merlot Nero. We got kale, Dwarf Siberian, Swiss chard, 5 colors, silver beet, bok choy, Suzu baby, cucumbers, beans, a couple of those. We got parsley. What else? Cilantro, dill, chives, and okra. And this is the bowling red okra. Whew, that was a lot of them, huh? Sorry I went fast. So that was our Baker Creek haul. We have a lot of seeds, a lot of other ones. These aren't all we're planting, but we're going to get some of those done. Now we have one of our indoor seed racks built so far. We still need to put a couple lights, right? And we're going to do a second rack. This one's kind of interesting because what we've done is we've just installed a power strip along the side. And then we have different lights, and we will be able to slide our containers in. We need a second rack that has some taller ones for figs and taller plants. But we can turn it on. See how bright that is? Just like that, right? So this is where we're going to be starting a bunch. Now the part you want to get to, starting planting a few, right? And then we'll get back into comments in a minute. Okay, so the ones we're going to plant today, and we went through the ones from drops. There's a lot of interesting ones in there. Week before last, I believe. So these I got from Papa Pepper, and these need to go in pretty quick from what I understand. I don't know if you can see, but these are Celeste fig cuttings. And so these are going to take a little bit longer, and we're going to grow these in our cups. So all I've done here is we like to use these red Solo cups. And so we have one without holes in the bottom, just solid like that.
What's this?
Those are the fig cuttings. And then we have one that has holes in the bottom. And then you can take just some little rocks. I've used bits of candles or whatever before. I'm going to put a little bit of these hygroton rocks in here. And that's just to act as a little trivet to keep it up. And so the holes, that way it can drain out. All right, so we're going to take our seed start. You got your gloves, right? I want you to pack this cup pretty good full. I know it's all nice and moist and warm, huh?
Yeah.
That's good for the seed start.
It's mustard.
All right, so we don't want to pack it too hard. And actually, let's do that, and then we'll put a little more in it. Okay, so we got the cup about 3/4 of the way full. Go ahead and keep your gloves on. We'll wait. And so what we have here is figs, the elderberries, bunch of different plants. Oh, no. I waited too long.
They got moldy.
Yeah, they're all moldy. I don't think they're going to work. Well, that's a bummer. Well, we're going to have to move on. So I'm actually going to have to order some other ones of these. You can see they got mold on them. That is my fault. I ordered them too early and they let them sit in here. So that is a huge bummer. I'm actually going to order some more from Papa Pepper and we'll get that going. That because I do want to have those figs. That's kind of a bummer, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, those things happen. let's go ahead and fill the cup up all the way then. We'll get figs going. That is one thing I do want to have. So we'll have to get some other cuttings. But what we were going to do is just plant the stick right into soil. Now when we did the elderberry, we grew them in water first, right? Okay, that should be plenty of time. There we go. So we got our cup filled up with our seed start soil. And then now we're going to go ahead and move on. And we're going to do, got a little thank you from Papa Pepper. Hopefully he doesn't watch this and get mad that I let those sit too long. No, I'm just kidding. So we got some ghost peppers. These will start in April 1st. So we'll wait till we do hot peppers. And then here we got the trifoliate citrus. And I'm going to pull up what that is a little bit in a minute. And I do see it. There's a couple questions and things. I will get to that in about 3 or 4 minutes here. Sorry. Okay. So this is trifoliate citrus. This is a citrus that comes from Papa Pepper. He's in the Ozarks. So I believe it should grow here, hopefully. Hopefully. But I'm going to pull up exactly what that is in a minute. So they look, like lemon seeds. There we go. And so we're going to put one of these in the cup. We'll actually put 2 of them in the cup. And then we'll plant some more later, but we'll get those going. You want to push them in there? You can put a little on top. That's fine. And we'll put them on our rack here. And we'll put it down there. It'll be good for right now. There we go. So that's the first one. We were hoping to have 3 plants planted tonight. And we are going to, I'll probably do another cup of this. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now. We'll do another one really quick just so we finish up these. I'm going to pack that. You can do it down in there so we don't make a mess. And then we will find those loofahs and we'll get the loofah planted. And I'm going to have to get some new fig cuttings. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can just wash them or something. Check the roots, she's saying. Okay. Well, they may. Let's see. Let me look at them real quick here while we do this. And I might be able to clean them off and use them. You got that cup packed? See, so they don't have roots on them. They just still have the little nodules. I don't know. That might be too much mold. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix these. I might try. And clean them off and see if I can get them going. We'll see. What's that? Did you fill it up? Okay, yep. So now we're going to put it in there. I put some of those little trivet rocks in there. So you want to put the cup on top, and we're going to plant 2 more of these.
Where did the trivet rocks do?
And so we really only need to get 1 or 2. I'd like 2 good trifoliate citrus plants. One that's in the yard, and then one that's in a pot, so that when we do move or something, we can take it with us or in a container.
What do trivet rocks do?
They're just in the bottom there to create a little bit of lift on the cup, so that way they can drain down. Otherwise, if it's sitting right on the bottom, those holes aren't going to allow the water to come out. Now, this soil is still very moist, so we don't need to water them. They're good. We'll put them there, and I am going to turn the light off just while I'm doing the stream here. Go ahead and take your gloves off, and you can put them right in that bucket. And I'll take them out in a bit. And so that's the only ones we're going to plant tonight. We were going to do 3, but we got 1 going. That's okay. I'm going to hop over on stream, do a few comments, show the trifoliate citrus, and we'll get going with the rest of the stream. You want to come say goodbye to everyone? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me do this. All right. Let me turn the mic, and then you can say goodbye, especially since you're not doing stream tomorrow. And then we'll get it going.
So, bye, and I'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you, buddy. I sure appreciate it. You rock. You want to shut the doors? Thank you very much. All right, cool. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go back in comments here real quick. I did miss a lot, so we'll skim through it. If I missed the question, go ahead and repeat. So I know Steve was answering about the birds. Some colors lay few less eggs. Not sure what the color has to do with it, though, just the way they are. Yeah, so the quails, the chickens, any bird, I guess, is born with how many eggs it's going to have already. I'd be curious to see if different colors or varieties have less? Okay. I better vacuum, Spice was saying. Yes, I will. I have different colors that lay more than others at different times. For months, the groovy. So Aaron is really, I want to mention, really, he's good with genetics, and he's actually been working with Lane, with his son, with that some projects, and he's going to be on Verna's channel on Wednesday evening. So guys, if you're not familiar with Vay's Place, go ahead and subscribe to her, check her out, and watch Aaron Wednesday night. But anyways, now it's Jumbo Egyptian, so it seems like it may vary. On the Facebook group, oh man, and I need to get better at being in there. We listed the colors with eggs and weights. Oh, okay. You gather from Zach's color videos. Which Facebook group is that, Steve? Are you only over one? I think I'm in several groups. In the files section is spreadsheet. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. You don't have Facebook. I didn't have it for a while. I have on and off, but I do now. All right, awesome. Thank you, Steve. Gidros is saying here, I like the idea for the fig cuttings. I'll need to try that with some of your fig trees. Oh, okay. Hey, maybe, I don't know if you want to do some cuttings and try and sell those. You can make a pretty penny there. Matt, do you ever buy the seedlings from places like Walmart? Because I am a city gardener. I depend mostly on plants at Walmart shops, coops. I don't start a whole lot from seed. I do. So that was actually some of the ones I was pulling out. Those were from Walmart, I believe. I just pulled them out because I wasn't showing that group of them right then. You can still get some great seeds. Seeds are seeds. I tend to like to find the heirloom seeds because those ones, if you seed save from them, you're going to get the same thing every time. Now, with doing urban gardening and seed gardening, the plants tend to be a lot closer together than is ideal for that. And so you're going to get some hybridization anyways. Hybrid's not always necessarily bad. A lot of times it's good. Especially if you're doing urban gardening or in areas that have some challenges, you can get some hybrids that can deal with that. The only issue with hybrids is when you save the seeds and replant them, you may not get the same thing. So that really doesn't have a lot to do with whether the seeds are from Walmart or you order them from somewhere else. I've just been on a kick lately of trying to support smaller businesses or other things like that. But yeah, I plant from Walmart too. I'm not above going to Walmart. I do talk a lot about wanting to support small business or do things natural and this stuff. I still go to Walmart a lot. Here in New Mexico, it is like the staple store. So that does happen. I slam it a lot, I guess, but I do go there. Matt, they might still grow. They might. So I think I'm going to try and clean them maybe with some peroxide and then let them sit and dry out and then I might still try. Try washing them off a bit and then, okay, yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Nope. So I think I will. You may be able to save those cuttings. Mix 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a quarter water and spray. Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's awesome. Yes, Gidros, could be the surface mold and the roots are good. All right. So let me move on here. Everyone was saying good job to Farmer Casey. Yeah, he won't be on the move. So tomorrow we have a project we're working on. I'm working on with him. And so I need to do that a little bit before I go to work. Oh, okay, Mr. Landfill. It looks like you may have gone out already, but have a good one. Okay. If you can't save those ones you bought, I'll send you more cuttings. You rock. I think we have brown turkey figs. Okay. That's awesome. All right, cool. And it looks like I am caught up on comments. So let me go ahead and move on. I am going to go over an hour a little bit. That's all right. So this next part I'm really kind of excited about, and I was hoping to get to this part before we lost people, but it looks like we are dropping. Some people are dropping off here. That's okay. I know I have a big replay crowd too. So we got our plants. I was just going to give a quick update on my deodorant because I know I've been asked. So I have a lot of this still. I've used the little container that I made, and I'll show that. But this is the last one I made. I still need to post the recipe. Forgive me. I'm sorry. But this is the second batch of deodorant I made. This one I made specifically to have a thicker consistency so it can go in the little tubes. Also, I wanted to cut the coconut smell. So this smells like nothing, maybe a little bit like clay, like the clay. But this one I have a lot of. I'm going to be doing a slightly different recipe when I run out. That'll probably be a month or two. But I fill it in these, and this is just so that way I don't have to wash my hands. It's really easy to put on. The consistency with this one I like a lot. Now with the body, it does melt into oil a little bit, but it holds together still very well. I've cut out that really strong coconut smell, so that's what I was looking for. This one actually feels a little more tender. I don't know what it is in it, but it feels a little more tender on my skin. Not quite as harsh. Doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. It's also better at absorbing sweat, perspiration. I like this one a lot better than the first one, the very simple one, which I liked a lot. So I will be posting the recipe for this in this video and the last, either tonight or hopefully soon here. And so we'll get that up. But I do really like that. So I've been trying to kick chemicals out. So we've been getting onto that lately. All right, let's see here. If you can't say the one, oh, okay, yes, thank you. You're here for the, okay, yeah. Well, do you have any questions? I don't know if I can answer. I will, let me write it down. I will get that recipe up tonight, and I'll just add it to the description of this video and the other one. And I really do like it though. As an update, this is definitely the one I'm going with. I want to tweak it just a little bit. I think I'm going to add a little bit more essential oil to it. And then I might add just a small bit more of the candela wax, or a beeswax is actually a little hardier. So maybe switching to a beeswax, I would do that. But besides that, I love this. Kind of a strange color. It doesn't leave as much of a residue on me, and it actually feels a lot more comfortable. The other one felt comfortable, but sometimes that baking soda is a little grainy. You can feel a little bit. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. I don't smell at all with this. This one lasts all day long, definitely. Sometimes 2 days. I say, my wife may not agree with that, but and I do want to I have another little video for my bunker chat, so I'm going to move a little quicker. Matt, are you sure the figs will grow where you live? I am not. I thought the elderberry will, and it did not. So those of you that were with me in Verna's chat this morning, I talked about that a little, but I know that the wasp is about all I know about figs. Yeah, they have little figs wasps. Those are interesting. I was going to pull up a picture of the trifoliate citrus. I'm going to do that at the end of my stream because I want to move on. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. And I'm going to be doing soap next, probably next week, I think. I'm going to be doing soap and then a shampoo either next week or the one after that. Okay, so I'm going to do my next segment here. I like to call this Living Insurance or Bunker Chat. It's my preparedness segment. I do think it's very important to be pushing preparedness all the time, whether the world's going crazy or not. It's just a good idea to have some things on hand. So this week, I reviewed a little over a year and a half old can of canned raw packed ground beef off the shelf. And so let me play this quick little video, and then we'll get to that. Hello, and welcome to Bunker Chat. And this week we're talking about some of our raw packed canned beef. Not how to can it specifically. If you want to see that, you can check out the video we did here on canning. In that one, I don't can beef, but I show how to use my Presto canner, and then you can go ahead and just follow the instructions from there. I do want to say with canning, there can be botulism and other concerns, so you definitely want to follow instructions, follow a good recipe, and then of course do your own research. This is just what I've done. And so today we have a jar of raw packed ground beef. Now this one was packed, it looks like a little over a year and a half ago. So this has been sitting on the shelf in our temperature controlled room, but we're gonna pop it open and cook it. All right. And so I'm just gonna take my knife blade, and it has a nice seal. You can see it hasn't been popped or anything, that's maintained. And it looks kind of funky on the top. That's just the fats and things that have solidified on there. Sometimes I'll set my jar in a pot of hot water prior to cooking it, just to kind of loosen everything up, but I didn't do that this time. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to be cooking it just to kind of show. I find the raw packed beef at least is best cooked with a lot of spices in a dish like shepherd's pie or tacos, enchiladas, something you're going to be adding a lot of other ingredients to. Sometimes it can be a little bit mushy or taste a little bit like canned meat. So I do add the spices, and then when I cook it, I try and leave as much of the fat as I can in the jar, and then I might add that back in later. But we'll go ahead and scoop this out. Now you do want to make sure yours doesn't have mold on it. This was sealed, and I can tell you it does not. It just has some of that fat. So that's kind of what it looks like there. Not too appealing. And I'm actually going to grab a bowl because some of that is liquid, and so I'm going to pour some of that fat off. And that being just because I'm going to try and cook some of the moisture and fat out at first for texture, and then I'll add some of that back in. Now, I'm not doing a great job at saving it. That's okay. So it's going to come out looking a lot like a corned beef or a potted meat. I'm just going to cook this up over a medium heat. First thing I'm going to do is spread it out. I don't want to mash it up too much, otherwise it can become a mash. And so I'm just going to break it up, and we're going to let that fry up there for a few minutes. As you can tell, I am cooking this up on an electric flat top stove like this. This is also the same stove that we use to can. That's not, some people will say you can't do that or not to. I can. It takes a little bit of technique, and so you can see that in the other video if you watch that one. But it's not my favorite. I do prefer a gas or something like that, but this will work just fine. Raw packed beef canning is extremely easy. It's one of the easiest things. All you do is add your beef up to about an inch or so below the rim. You pack that in, add some salt to it. Of course, follow your recipe or whatever you're doing, but add some salt, put the lid on, and I can it following the proper process. And that's all. And that hangs out. It's extremely easy to can, one of the easiest things. And it does have a lot of fat, a lot of moisture to it, so I do drain some of that off as I go. If you start by giving it a water bath before you cook it, it will pretty much liquefy, and that's easier to pour off. And then I cook the beef, and then I kind of add it in as we go. Didn't do that this time. So I move the temperature up now so it doesn't turn to a mush. I want to keep it a little higher than I'd normally cook my ground beef at. If I was cooking this over a flame, that grease could start a fire, so doing it, liquefying it first is a much better way to go. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to add my spices, add whatever spices you're going to do for whatever you're cooking it for. I do go again a little spice heavy on the canned Today I'm using the easy way, just simple taco seasoning mix. These are still pretty cheap, and they're great to keep a bunch of these in your pantry or your prepper pantry, whatever it may be. Really easy to spice up some meats or foods. And I don't want it to burn, but I don't want to mess with it too much. It's cooking on high heat, so it is cooking quickly. And so I want it to kind of get that little crispy texture, but not burn. So it's just about done here. And then we will take it and put it in a bowl with a paper towel lining to soak up a little bit of that extra grease. And we'll start our tacos. So. All right, so that's cooking some 1.5 year plus raw packed canned beef that's just been hanging out on the shelf here in our prepper pantry until we're ready for it. And so it's absolutely delicious. Make sure you do your research and follow instructions, but you too can do this. All right, hopefully you're still with me. So it tasted really good. It does taste like canned meat a little bit when you do it that way. There's of course a lot of ways you can do can your own beef or meat. You can cook it first as well, or do it raw like that. Hey, Berna, you're here. You overslept. Well, I know you had a migraine. I almost started getting one too here, but I hope that has gone away. Welcome. You have to catch a little bit in replay. Interesting, yeah. It smelled really good and it was delicious. Well, hopefully you guys got hungry or something there. But we do I keep a lot of different canned meats on the shelf. I do several different things. We have frozen meats, and I do this with all of our items, but frozen meats. We have canned meats that I've canned myself. Chicken and beef right now. I haven't done quail yet, but I'd like to. And then we have ones you buy, the 10 can ones. And we run through each one individually at different rates. All right, feeling much better. Good. Oh, I'm glad. It was good. And so my idea was just kind of to show that those items can be canned really easily. You can do it yourself too. Put a little bit back so that doesn't need to be refrigerated, frozen. If power goes out or whatnot, you still got a good protein there. Actually, everything there besides the tomatoes and lettuce and sour cream came from the shelf. And so there you go. And then we're going to move actually into J. Mary, last one a little bit here. I want to talk about you for a moment. Let's see. Now, first, before we do that, though, Guidros actually put out a video recently doing a pepper jelly. So go check that out. It looked really, really good. That's something I will be making. Okay. A few months ago. Yeah. Because of hurricanes and power outage. Yep. So that's why we do have our protein freezers and our freezers. Eventually, I'd like those to be on solar, but redundancies. 2 is 1, 1 is none. So we have the freezer, we have ones we've canned ourselves, and then canned ones too. So, and freeze dried. Oh, you guys both have freeze dryers. Verna just had to rub that in. That's so cool. Yep, definitely. So that is actually, we have a long-term pantry, And I do have freeze-dried meats. We have some from Mountain House and Augustin Farms. So again, I guess I have to give a little plug real quick. You may have seen the WINTERTEA product that I do have an affiliate with. And so that link is in the description. If you guys want to get that, that was in the beginning of the video. We have an Augustin Farms affiliate as well. So if you're looking at getting some freeze-dried food, you don't have one for yourself, you can check out the link there. That does help the channel out as well. And then, of course, if you are wanting to get some herbal teas, check out graftedbranchhomestead.com. You can grab some of our herbal teas. And there's a couple other products in the shop. Starting next week, I've been working with resin. So we're going to be getting some cool resin items in the shop. And there's my little plug for that. You've been seeing YouTube videos on this new fangled electric pressure canner. Yes, so go check. Gidros used one, I believe, right? No, she didn't use that one. Just kidding. I know they have electric pressure can in Europe. I've seen it. Yeah, variety of ways, definitely. That way, if you have an issue and one of your things goes down, you got a backup. And when I talk about prepping, I don't do it never out of fear. That's why I call it living insurance. This is also something I think every homesteader or person that's interested in self-sufficiency or these things needs to have a little bit done anyways, because if your garden happens to fail, maybe you can't get to the store for a reason, there's a hurricane or disaster, maybe you've lost job. So we've had to rely on the pantry a little bit for different things. Right now we're going through a pantry challenge where my wife is cooking meals pretty much just from what we have stocked for a month. And if she's still in here, maybe she'll drop what that name of that challenge is. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to move on a little bit real quick. We've been doing community shout outs, and this is an opportunity that I have to take my little time I do on YouTube to watch videos, give some watch time, and dig into different creators a little bit and some of the community. So we've done Gidros Family Farms, we've done Feathered Connections, and the next one is J. Mary Last One. And so we were going to get into yours a little bit here as well. And we haven't done that yet. I apologize, but I wanted to give it a little bit of time. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over to her page. We're going to check out the about, some of what she has a little bit, and I'm going to show you the first thing we're going to be starting kind of in conjunction to that. And then tonight, my goal is to edit a lot of videos. I've been editing my washer repair video, and then some of the clips throughout my live streams, I'm going to be pulling those out into individual videos. With that said, while I'm doing that tonight, I like to give some watch hours too. So we're going to be running J. Mary Last One's channel and getting her some watch hours. If you guys, as we look at her channel, I do highly suggest you guys look at them, subscribe, give them some love over there. So let's see real quick. Part of being a homesteader is to be prepared. Yep. Yeah, definitely. It is only wise, and everyone is prepared whether they know it or not. If you're a lady and you have a purse, you're somewhat prepared. If you're, I carry my EDC bag around with me all the time, but this week being frozen on the road's not possible. Like this week being frozen and roads, yeah, you may not be able to get to the store. However, when it's frozen, the good news is if the power goes out, you have a large freezer outside, so you can just take those things out and put them outside. Or start canning really quick, which I know that is what Papa Builder Things, his plan when we went to QuailCon was to unload the freezers and start canning. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they're really neat. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yep, we're going to hop on over. So J. Mary, do me a favor. Type in capital GBH as in Grafted Branch Homestead. And that's going to drop your link here in the chat. And then as soon as it does that, we will head over to your channel. How's the weather where you're at there, Buster? Oh, Verna did it for me. Thank you, Verna. I appreciate that. You rock. All right, so let's go ahead and screen share real quick. I am going over an hour. Probably going to land at about an hour 20, I'm guessing. All right, so screen share. We're going to go over to her YouTube page. Now, again, with this community shout out, I like to do that. If they have a shop, we'll buy from them. She doesn't do a shop, but she does do a lot of cooking and other things. So first, we're going to check out well, let's see here. She does have fairly large channels. So she's got about 4,500 subscribers. That is awesome. So way to go. I know recently she was telling me they demonetized her because she hadn't posted recently. I think she's posted since then, though. Excuse me. So J Mary Last One, and she puts it out, J Mary Last One. This channel is to share things with my family and friends all over the world and anyone else who wants to watch. Ernie, my better half, is from England and calls himself a Geordie over Englishman. I am an army brat born in Germany. Wow. And live on the Arkansas-Oklahoma border in Judge Parker County. Sorry, the screen I'm reading on, I can read, I swear. The screen I'm using is really blurry. I can't get it quite right. Anyways, Judge Parker County, the hanging judge. 2 cats, 2 dogs, and a boring life. Well, we'll see about that. So we're going to come in. She's got a bunch of different videos in here. She has. And these are things, like she said, ranging just everyday life. You can see some in there about her dogs there. Reviews, it looks like, on some products. But a lot of cooking videos. And this is what I'm particularly interested in. And so right here we got a banana nut cornbread. Better than cornbread. Better than banana nut bread. If you haven't been watching for a little bit, we've kind of been on a bread kick. With this new pantry challenge my wife's been doing, we actually ran out of store-bought bread a little while ago. So she's been making bread for the sandwiches for the boys every day, and then for us as well. So this is just fitting. Excuse me, have some water. I feel like I'm going hoarse. So this week, I most certainly am. Hopefully I can get Farmer Casey with me, but we're going to cook this bread and make this recipe. And so we'll do a little video and do her video in conjunction. But you guys go ahead and subscribe to her if you would. You can check it out as well. And we'll show her a little bit of love over there on her channel. So we're going to get that done this week. Next week on the live stream, we will air that and do that. So that should be some fun. Let me hop back over here real quick. There we go. And it looks like Renegade's going tonight. Hey, you have a good one, Renegade. Appreciate your support. Have a good evening there. And awesome. Okay. So we will be digging into J Mary. I'm going to add her to the community shout out little video, show some love on the channel tonight, and then we will be cooking tomorrow. And people have already been subscribed. Awesome. You rock. Vern says she has been subscribed. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share again, and I actually want to show what the seed we planted tonight is. So it is one I got from Papa Pepper, and so let me, we're going to pull up what the plant is and why I am growing it. One moment here. We don't have too long on the stream, so all you who have stuck through it with me now, and if you're, especially if you were with me at Vay's place this morning, you've now been with me today for a little over 3 hours. So you're the real troopers. But I appreciate everyone just the same. But all right, so I want to go over to let me find the channel I'm looking for real quick. Sorry, I'm looking. I don't know why I'm not finding it. All right, let me search. Oh. I typed in pepper. It's Papa Pepper. All right, so let's screen share. This is another YouTuber I watch, and so I got a lot of seeds from him. The seeds he grows seem to work. Why will it not? Oh, I see. The seeds he grows seem to grow really well in my area here. And so we're going to head over to his real quick just because I want to find a certain video on his. And so we're going to look for the trifoliate citrus. If I find that one. Yeah, there we go. So all right,
guys, Papa Pepper here with another one.
On a mission to find a good citrus plant that I can grow here in my area. You can do some lemons and limes, especially if you have a greenhouse. It does get a little too cold sometimes, and then oranges and things usually don't work. And I think he's kind of had somewhat of the same issues. And so in his video, I'm not going to play it here, but he talks about a plant, trifoliate citrus, that he grows. Let me see if I can find it in his video. I think it's just him here. There we go. So he shows it. It's a little citrus food like that. And I'm not going to play his video. You guys can play it if you like, or go to him later. And he talks about it a little bit. But let me see. Am I on the right screen here? No, let me hop over to this other one. Still got a few people in here. Hey, look at that. All right. So trifoliate citrus. So they look kind of like oranges, like this a little bit. This is the one we're going to be growing. The trifoliate orange or citrus is a member of the family Rhodaceae. Whether the trifoliate oranges should be considered to belong to their own genus, Pansurus, or be included in the genus Citrus is debated. This species is unusual among citrus for having deciduous compound leaves. Oop. There we go. Where are we? Well, I lost my spot, but we'll start here. It is native to northern China and Korea. So the Korean goji berries I'm growing actually do well too. It is also known as Japanese bitter orange, hardy orange, or Chinese bitter orange. This plant is fairly cold hardy citrus, USDA zone 6. So we're 7B, so that should work. And will tolerate moderate frost and snow. Hopefully that will work. Making a large shrub, well, it works for him, or small tree. So they get about 13 to 26 feet tall. Because of its relative hardiness, citrus grafted onto citrus trifoliate are usually hardier when grown on their own roots. Okay. Wow, that was a lot said. So here's a little pictures of it, and that's one we're going to try. So those, hopefully we'll get those going, and then if you follow the channel throughout the year, we'll see how those do. Matt, I have not changed that. My better half, Ernie. Hey, if you guys subscribe to him too and you happen to leave a comment, you just mentioned Matt at Grafted Branch Homestead sent you over. Just cuz. Matt, I have not changed that. My better half, Ernie, passed away. I'm so sorry. Yeah, in 2018. I did know that. I'm sorry about that. I kept it that way to honor him. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. I do like that. Wow, Matt, you're in zone 7. You're in zone 6. Okay. So we're 7B. So those might work for you. Well, I don't know if you could do the 26-foot tree there, Verna, but I'm going to try them out. We'll see how well they work. It could be a failure, but we'll find out. Let's see. What else do I have? I think that's about it for tonight. So I'm going to stay on. I'm going to give it another 6 minutes, and we'll get to an hour 20. And we'll just open up the last 6 minutes here to anyone who has comments, questions, anything you'd like me to answer, you'd like to say, any celebrations or things you want me to pray for later or anything like that. We can do that. Let's see. No, but I can get one started and pass it on to another. Yeah. Verna, would you like some of those seeds? Actually, Verna, I'm going to be sending you something anyways that we made. So I'm going to include some seeds. We have a lot of them. And then I have a little thing we're going to be sending. I will not know if I do not try. That is true. Yep. See, there you go. And so our whole thing here on Grafted Branch Homestead on our Spicy Peach Farms is we are learning skills now. This is our version of doing the thing. So we could just be watching this on YouTube and trying to learn as much as we can until we get a larger plot of land. First of all, we have plenty now, so that would be ridiculous. We just want more so we can have goats and sheep and all these wonderful things. But our goals are to do the things now, to learn now and develop the skills. I am a firm believer that the skills are far more valuable than the tangible goods. And having that knowledge and that skill, passing it on to my son, to our family, and learning in the meantime is where it's all at. So, and Buster's agreeing. You rock there, Buster. And a horse. Yes, I need a horse named Pickles. Yes, do not forget the horse. And not, yep. Yes. Well, Verna, you learn a lot and you pass on a lot, and I am highly impressed. So I know we're all doing the things and helping each other out, and that's the point here. So, yep. Yeah, still got a few people. We're going to leave it for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to hop off. We don't have stream tomorrow, so what we're actually doing, and I guess I can say, if you made it this far, you get what we're doing. We got a small shed, a little 6x4 shed. And so Farmer Casey has wanted his own space out in the yard to do his things for a long time. Before I had the quail barn or the chicken coop built or any of that. And I feel kind of bad because those things have taken some priority. And then some of that's with my urgency on what's happening in the world and with everything. I wanted to get a jump on having those things. The quail, the chickens, that's part of my pantry. And so we got that built, but I do feel kind of bad. His having a playhouse or an area outside for himself has kind of taken back seat, and he is quickly getting older. So we got a little shed instead of building one, and we're going to put that up, and that way he can have his own space outside, use that to plant his own seeds, dry his own herbs, and he'll have a little porch where he can do that. And then it'll double as some other things for our family too. There is a little bit of secretiveness to part of our homestead that I don't share online. So, but anyways, let's see what else. A horse, a pig, a goat. I don't ask for a lot. Oh my. Goals, yes. Just rope off Casey an area and tell him to go to it. Yeah. So he's going to get his own shed, his own little porch, and then his own little growing area. And so there'll be a lot of potted herbs and things. He's also going to have his own little space in the greenhouse once we get that up and going. And so that will be fun. And then Keith actually too, he's going to have an area as well. His interest isn't quite the same. He's physical fitness Keith. So we did build a punching bag stand and put a punching bag up. That's a really highly viewed one of my videos. And then that area is kind of just filled up with some junk. So this spring, the rest of this winter, this spring, I'm going to get that cleared out. We're going to do another video on how we built it. Also put him in another pull-up bar and a bench and a little outdoor work area. So he can do his thing out there too. And then let's see, what are we going to do for Spicy Mom out there this year? That's special. She's going to do a lot more flowers and things she really likes, but we need to do something special for her as well. Yep. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. We will show that, what he's going to do with it. That's also going to give him a little bit of a getaway that's out in the yard and, away from the house and from everyone. And that's important for everyone as well, I think, to have your own little space. So I'll go out to the quail shack and stuff, and my wife, has our room for the most part. And it's important to have your own space. Now, Casey does have his own room, but we promote the outdoorsness as much as possible. Let's see here. Steve, he literally drew lines in the sand beforehand and then drew up everything from the inside out. He did. So I don't think I have it here, but I have my garden plan that's all drawn up from, what's a strange sound? From Spicy Mom there. And then Casey actually drew up his whole plans as well. All right. Well, we are going to be hopping off for tonight. We're not on tomorrow. I will catch you guys in your streams. Other than that, we will be back on at 8 p.m. Mountain Time next Saturday night. I do have a bunch of videos that hopefully will actually get going. I have been editing them. My computer's working a lot better. My goal tonight is to get the washer repair video up, as well as I'm going to pull out the segments from a couple of my streams. So look for that. thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you so much. Remember, stay strong, do the things, and we'll see you next time. So thank you, Verna, for moderating as always, and thank you everyone for being a part. Thank you, Spice, too. You guys have a good evening.